a recipe book here. Okay, that'll make crafting a lot more convenient. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Oh goodness, we got some real nutty putty action in this place. Ugh, that just thinking about that story makes me claustrophobic. I hate it. You know why they're called the Nutty Putty Caves? They're called the Nutty Putty Caves because you'd have to be a complete and utter nutter to even think about wanting to stick your head down one. Like, I'm sorry, those types of cave explorations where you barely have room to fucking move are like for insane people. And only insane people. There's no other good reason to want to explore one of those like really tight, cramped caves. I swear to God. No cap. And I will continue to emphasize on God, no cap, don't at me. Just to further drive home the point that those are the facts. The only reason you would ever want to explore one of those like super cramped cave systems is if you're just fucking insane in the membrane. Or if you have a probe that can do the exploring for you. That's also another good reason to explore. If it's not even you doing the exploring and you just send like a probe down into that cave system. But rarely do I ever see anyone use that technology, and I've never understood why. If you're claustrophobic, do not look up the story of the Nutty Putty Caves, by the way. Just know that they're called the Nutty Putty Caves because you would have to be a complete and utter nutter to want to dive into them. I'm gonna clip that and put it on my channel as like a stream highlights. As like a stream highlight, just me ranting about the Nutty Putty Caves and why no sane person should ever go into them. Good thing I'm compactable and not sane. Oh dear God. Yeah, maybe you have an excuse then, but yeah. If you're a human being with any amount of sanity in you, you have no good reason to explore the Nutty Putty Caves. What you really should do instead of exploring the Nutty Putty Caves is just like go to a nearby restaurant that serves your favorite food, get something to eat, and then go home. Nothing is worth the risk in the Nutty Putty Caves. Never fold. Yeah, if I tell you the story of the Nutty Putty Caves, I think you'll reconsider that mindset. Do you want me to tell you? Okay, so the story of the Nutty Putty Caves is that basically these two guys who are going... It's like this group of guys who are going exploring. Oh no, Spade. Spade, she is not gonna want that to be her bedtime story. It's gonna give her fucking nightmares. Basically, the story of the Nutty Putty Caves is that this group of guys who wanted to explore them were going out, and one of them crawled into what he thought was the cave entrance, but instead it was a smaller cave that was literally only about the width of a person his size, and he fell inside it and got trapped, upside down. So his head was stuck in the bottom of that cave system. Super narrow, only about enough room for his body to move like half an inch. Rescue workers came and tried to get him out, but due to the conditions surrounding him as he was trapped inside that cave, it was extremely difficult. And when they thought they could use pulleys to fish him out, one of the cave walls that a pulley was affixed to broke, and he fell back in and died after being trapped inside that cave for like 2 or 3 days, upside down, with no room to move whatsoever. Any claustrophobic viewers in chat, I apologize for what you just heard. But that is the story of why you would have to be completely fucking insane to want to explore the Nutty Putty Caves. I mean, this man's chances of survival were extremely low in the first place, but the little that he had got torn away from him just before he could grasp it. Yes, traditional data says that he should not have survived that long in the first place, but somehow he pulled through. But regardless, yeah, when the pulleys that were supposed to fish him out, when he was being slowly pulled out by the pulleys and the cave wall that one of them was affixed to gave way, after he was done falling back into that cave, on-site medical assistance checked and his pulse was gone. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in that situation, completely unable to move, upside down? It's a terrible natural phenomenon that should have just been dynamited long ago. I think the Nutty... What state are the caves in? I forget what state the Nutty Putties are in, but whichever state it is, if my family takes me on a vacation there and they tell me we're gonna go see the Nutty Putties, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm staying behind at the hotel, have fun fucking getting trapped and dying. So yeah. Utah. West of Lake Utah, Utah County. Yeah, so if my family takes me on a vacation to Utah, and I find out that we're gonna be visiting the Nutty Putties, I'm just gonna be like, nope, I'm staying behind at the hotel. You fuckers have fun getting trapped and dying, because I ain't having that shit. Stay, get close to the entrance and we'll get your picture. That'll be the last picture they ever take before a horrible accident unfolds. Yeah, rest in peace to that one guy. Rest in peace to that guy who got trapped, though. I legit forget his name. But rest in peace. Like, it was so bad that they had to bury him on site. When he died, they could not recover his body because it was deemed too dangerous. They just had to seal off the cave entrance, and that was his burial. Horrible way to go. Simply horrible. John Edward Jones, thank you. Thank you for being the one to look this up for me when I'm busy playing Minecraft. But yeah. Rest in peace, John Edward Jones. Literally, like, too stuck to receive a proper burial, and they just had to seal off the cave and bury him on site. So, everything about the Nutty Putties is just horrible. And and I don't ever want to set foot near them. If somebody made a game simulating that experience and made me play it, I would probably cry. It was only 27 hours. Okay, I thought it was like at least a couple days. Never mind. Just the last thing you see, though. The last thing you see is a face full of stone, though. They made a feature film that puts you through the ordeal and rescue attempt. It's called The Last Descent. Sounds great. If I ended up having to watch that, I would cry.